Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to look at expanding two brackets. We're going to look at the grid method of doing it. I've got 4 examples here. Let's start with example 1, nice and easy. So the first thing we need to do in this method, the grid method, is draw a box. Then we split our box into 4 sections. Then on top of the box, we write down our first bracket. So x and 6, these are the 2 terms in our first bracket. We're going to write that on the top. Because it's positive, we do not need to include the sign there. When it will be negative, we will. That one we will come in a minute. Let's write down this one first. So x at 6. So let's write it down. X over there and 6 over here. So the first bracket goes on the top, each term above one section. And then the second bracket goes on the left side. Again, each term at the front of each section. So x goes there and 7 goes here. This is a multiplication grid, so let's write down times. And then let's fill in these boxes by multiplying. X times by x, that's x squared. X times by 6 is 6x. 7 times by x is 7x. And 7 times by 6 is 42. Now if we check the diagonal, 7x and 6x, these 2 terms are like terms because they have the same variable. So what we do is we add them together because they both are positive. So 7x add 6x, that's 13x. And then we need to write our answer. So our answer will have 3 terms. X squared, 13x, because it's positive, so we're going to write down plus 13x, and 42, which is again positive, so we're going to write down plus 42. And that's our final answer. In exam, we get 1 mark for doing the grid correctly, and then 1 mark for writing our answer correctly, all the 3 terms. Let's have a look at second example. I've included a minus here. So the first thing we need to do is draw a box. Then we split our box into 4 sections. And then put the bracket on the top and on the left of the box. So I normally put the first bracket on the top, so let's do that. So A, write down A. This term 5 is negative 5, so make sure we include that negative over here when we write 5. So we're going to write down negative 5. So A and then negative 5 on the top. And then the second bracket will go on the left. A, let's write that there. 7 is positive, so we do not need to include the sign, just write down 7. And then put a times. Let's recap on how we did the grid. So A minus 5, that was our first bracket. So we write that on the top. A on the top of the first section. Negative 5 on the top of the second section. Then the second bracket on the left. A and then 7 here. Now we need to times it and fill these boxes. Let's do that. A times A is A squared. A times by negative 5 is negative 5a. 7 times a is 7a. And 7 times negative 5 is negative 35. Remember to include the signs correctly. Now if we look at the terms in the diagonal, 7a and negative 5a, these 2 are like terms because they both got same variable a. So we have to simplify it. Let's do that. So 7a, I'll write it separately. 7a minus 5a, which is equal to 2a. And now we need to write down our final answer. So our final answer will have three terms: a square, positive 2a, and negative 35. So write down minus 35. That's our answer. Let's have a look at the third example. I've got some terms here which has got the coefficient at the front. Let's see how to do that. First thing, let's draw the box. And let's put the brackets at the top of the box. So 5x add 1. So this one will be 5x. And then 1, write on 1 there. And then 2x plus 5, that goes on the side. So 2x and 5. This is a times 1. So let's write down times over there. Let's fill in our boxes. So 2x times 5x. Remember, number times number, variable times variable. So 2 times 5, that's 10. And x times x, that's x squared. So 2x times 5x is 10x squared. Then 2x times 1 is just 2x. 5 times 5x, 5 times 5, 25, and then x. So 5 times 5x is 25x. Then 5 times 1, that's 5. Again, if we check the diagonal, we'll see that these two terms are like terms because they both got x. If we want, we can add it here because they both are positive, or we can write it separately like we did here. So let's just write it down separately. So 25x, add 2x because they both are positive, just add them together, which is equal to 27x. So we have simplified these two. Now let's write down final answer. Again, we're going to have three terms in our final answer. 10x squared, positive 27x, so we write down plus 27x, plus 5, because that's a positive 5. And that will be your answer. Let's have a look at our last example. In our last example, I have taken a bracket which has got a square on the top. The square means the bracket is going to be written, same bracket will be written twice. Let's do that first. So we're going to write this one in the expanded form like this first. The 2x minus 1, and then another bracket, 2x minus 1. Because the meaning of that little square is, let's write this bracket twice first and then multiply it out. So we're going to draw a box first. Split the box in 4 boxes, 4 sections. Let's write down our brackets on the top and on the left side. So 2x minus 1, let's write that on the top first. So 2x and then minus 1. So make sure that you include that, minus 1. Then 2x minus 1 on the left as well. So 2x and minus 1. Now our grid is ready for multiplication. Let's write the times sign over there. 2x times 2x. Remember, number times number, variable times variable. 2 times 2, 4. X times x, x squared. So 2x times 2x, that's 4x squared in the first box. Then 2x times by negative 1, that's your negative 2x. Negative 1 times 2x is negative 2x. Negative 1 times negative 1. Negative times negative is positive. So negative times negative 1 is a positive 1. Now let's check the terms in the diagonal again. Both are very like terms because they both got same variable. Let's write it down separately and simplify it. So minus 2x equals minus 4x. Now we're going to write down our answer. 4x squared, then that negative 4x, so minus 4x, and then this positive 1. plus 1. That's our answer. I hope you all understand expanding two brackets. If you got any question, please write in the comment box and I'll try to answer it. Thank you.